It's long been considered the final red flag for Beijing's intentions to invade Taiwan. Now, satellite photos have revealed the construction of a new fleet of D-Day-style landing barges needed to surge troops and tanks over a beach. Naval analyst H I Sutton has published a report in Naval News highlighting the appearance of between 3 and 5 new, special and unusual barges at Guangzhou Shipyard in southern China. Such barges should not be special or unusual. In fact, they are a relatively ordinary sight at riverside and coastal construction projects. But these particular barges at the Chinese dual-use civilian military construction facility don't fit that profile. The barges are reminiscent of the Mulberry Harbours built for the Allied invasion of Normandy during World War II, Sutton observes. Like those, these have been built extremely quickly and to novel designs. The Chinese Communist Party, CCP, in Beijing has, for the past decade, been steadily ramping up tensions against the 23 million-strong island democracy sitting just off its shores. With the sacred mission of defending national sovereignty and territorial integrity on its shoulders, the Chinese PLA, People's Liberation Army, will resolutely smash any Taiwan independence, separatist attempts and thwart any foreign interference. Chinese Defense spokesperson Senior Colonel Wu Qian said late last year, Chairman Xi Jinping has made it a central platform of his unprecedented 3-term administration to enforce the historical trend of China's reunification, whether Taiwan wants it or not. Beijing is now contemplating one of history's most ambitious amphibious operations, including the largest ever civilian ship mobilization, greatly exceeding the Dunkirk evacuation in ship numbers and the Falklands War in tonnage, warns U.S. Naval War College professor Andrew Erickson. But invading the rugged island is no simple task. Only a few beaches are firm and clear enough to carry an invasion force. And these are already heavily defended. That's where the new barges come in. They are essentially self-deploying jetties. These have unusually long rowed bridges extending from their bows, Sutton notes. This configuration makes them particularly relevant to any future landing of PRC, People's Republic of China, forces on Taiwanese islands. At the other end of the barge is a loading platform that can allow other ships or landing craft to dock, and several of the barges appear to have pylons that jack up the vessel from the seafloor to turn it into a stable harbor platform even in rough seas and strong winds. In operation, the barge would act as a pier to allow the unloading of trucks and tanks from cargo ships, Sutton explains. Unfortunately, it's very much a part of PLA doctrine to ensure that those fires are all neutralized before they even embark on the invasion force, so I wouldn't be sanguine about the vulnerability of the barges themselves, Sugar adds. And China already has a reserve fleet of troop and tank carriers. Sugar has previously highlighted that most new Chinese large roll-on roll-off car ferries are being built to military specifications. That means their parking bays must be large enough and strong enough to accommodate large numbers of armored vehicles. And their loading ramps must be opened while at sea to transfer vehicles to and from specialist beach landing craft, or a barge bridgehead. Several of these nominally commercial ferries have since been seen on satellite photos and Chinese media engaging in regular beach invasion exercises with dedicated combat vehicles and ships. It is possible that these ships can be explained away as having a civilian role, Sutton concedes. But it adds that its expanding combined arms, marine and naval forces have been practicing realistic, large-scale amphibious operations that are almost certainly aimed at supporting a Taiwan invasion scenario with increasing intensity. Professor Erickson, while summarizing a recent China Maritime Studies Institute conference report, also notes the increasing size and tempo of Beijing's beachhead practice operations. But Erickson adds that China has not yet built, let alone integrated operationally and trained with the many smaller vessels needed to carry an invasion force across the Taiwan Strait. The moated Taiwan Strait, tides, currents, weather, mudflats, and coastal terrain and infrastructure make an amphibious invasion especially challenging, he adds. Meanwhile, the PLA Navy Marine Corps, PLANMC, is not optimizing itself for an amphibious invasion of Taiwan, but rather for a range of operations that might address China's interests in the South China Sea, across the region, and even around the world.